The guy said, you're not going to show people your buttocks.
Now you're free to be yourself. Now you're your true self. You're happy, and you don't have someone who's bringing a lot of negative energy into your life, who's creating a toxic environment for your kids.
Wait now. Sit your ass down. You're now a mother. You're supposed to be responsible, but you still want to shake nyash? That's not happening. And then Vera was shocked. Vera was like, how can you deny me opportunity to shake my money maker? And this is the only way I'm making guap. What's up, Republican reader? Welcome back to the home of the dopest entertainment commentary hub, a very podcast. Do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. Guys, today we are gathered here to sip this very strong konkeni of one Vera Sidika. So this girlie went to Nigeria. She sat on a Nigerian blog and she poured her heart out. When I tell you Vera Sidika gives some of the most interesting interviews, she seldom does interviews, but when she does, she's just like, I'll give y'all something to talk about. And I think that is like a strong attribute when it comes to show business. Remain relevant, say things that people will remember you with, and just don't be boring. So they asked her, so they talked about a lot of things, but they asked her about the divorce part. Why did she do a divorce party? And for those of you who have no idea, Vera Sidika was married to a one brown Mauzo. And this happened when Vera moved. This was smack in the middle of the pandemic, 2020, 2021. And she announced that I'm moving from Nairobi to Mombasa because of other prospects. But in hindsight, she was broke. That is back like 4 or 5 years back. So she was moving to Mombasa to try and maybe secure a life for herself. So she gets there, she meets a one brown Mauzo. Brown Mauzo had been around, baby. Like, when we talk about a salt shaker, this nigga, he was around. So, links up with brown Mauzo. And I think at that point, Vera Sidika was just like, I need kids. And who better to get kids with? This man is looking for relevance. I'm looking for kids. We are all in this for something. And they maybe convinced themselves that it was love at the end of the day. But Vera, her primal aim was kids. I think she just said, I'm not walking out of earth without kids. And she probably wanted to do it right. So get a husband, get the babies, and then when shit hits the fan, leave. So when the kids came, baby number 1, baby number 2, Vera was like, oh, alhamdulillah, I've already got what I want, and I think it's time for me to bounce. So she bounced. They all announced that, things are not working out. It's not that rosy. La, la, la. During the filming of Real Housewives of Nairobi, that's when they debuted the divorce party. But it was done before. So we were being shown as if it was real time, but it has already happened. So the thing is, when Vera sat on the blog, she made it very clear that one, she was in a toxic relationship with brown Mauzo, negative energy. And then when the interviewer probed further, she said she was going through emotional abuse and domestic abuse. So just listen to what Vera said.
Because you've loosely used the word negative energy and toxicity. Do you want to go into more details into what this toxicity is?
Oh my God.
Yes. Because I feel like those are words that people just throw around. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get to your head.
What I mean is this point where my relationship or marriage could be toxic because there's a lot of emotional abuse, and then there's points where it could be domestic abuse, and then there's points where it could even be both.
Is that your case? Sorry? Is that your case?
Yes.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Because you feel like now you're free to be yourself. Now you're your true self, you're happy, and you don't have someone who's bringing a lot of negative energy into your life, who's creating a toxic environment for your kids. Because remember, as a mom, if you're not happy, your kids will not be happy because it will show. And that's not an environment you want to expose your kids to. You want your kids to be in a happy home. I would rather be a single mom, but my babies are happy. They see me, they're happy. I just want that energy. So if it's toxic and you feel like it's draining you and bringing you down, then that's the point you walk out, and you'll just feel happy. And for me, it was just a way of just celebrating freedom of choosing me and just being myself. And I feel like it's something that, because actually it does help.
Yeah.
When you do it, you just feel, oh my God, it's kind of like therapy.
Yeah.
There's some marriages which are really good for you. I was saying my divorce party was trending everywhere, including Nigeria. I saw it on Instablog Nigeria.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's something that, like you said, it's not a norm in our culture in Africa. People don't do divorce parties because it's nothing to celebrate about. But I feel like it depends on how the marriage was. If you had a beautiful marriage and you just decided that it's not working for one reason or the other, then you go on separate ways. But sometimes if your marriage got to a point where it was too toxic and really, really bad, to a point where, like, when you're out of it, you feel like you're really saving yourself and your children, you're gonna celebrate. You'll be like, I am out of prison. It's like, you'll just feel happy.
Now, for me, I was a bit confused because I'm like, I know what toxicity is. I know what emotional abuse is. What I am not clear is this domestic abuse. So I had to Google very fast the meaning of domestic abuse, and this is what came up. So I don't know if this even meant physical abuse, or it meant just being, weighed down psychologically, emotionally. She didn't really let out the details properly. But I think we can just guess whatever was happening. Long story short, it was still abuse. Now, let me tell you something. I don't even doubt when Vera says this kind of stuff to us. I really don't. I'm not even trying to say it's a lie. Because if you look at Brown Mauzo, he looks like a very calm guy. He looks like a kind of guy who would take shit from anybody and not try to like retaliate. I don't know if it's just me who gets those kind of vibes from Brown Mauzo, but the mistake Vera Sidika did, or the mistake Vera Sidika made, was her assuming that Brown Mauzo was not going to expect her to change. Do you understand what I mean? Like, when they got into that marriage, I'm sure when Vera was sourcing for a sperm donor, she scanned the room and she was like, that's the weakest link in the room. That's the guy who will not judge me. That's the guy who knows I've been around. I've been shaking my ass. I've been doing the most just to get this cheddar. So he already understands my history. And I think for Vera, in her mind, she thought, we cool. He's cool. He's okay. He's okay with me. Having done everything that I did, my man doesn't have an issue with that. And of course, that's how all these relationships start. Like, the man tells you, it's okay, baby. I understand your model operandi. I know this is how you've been making your money. And then slowly, someone expects you to change. The change starts creeping in. And you're just like, I don't recognize you anymore. Because when Vera was booed up with Brown, you'd notice even her outfits were a bit subtle. It's like Brown used to tell her, babe, where you going dressed like that? Change that shit. And then all those steamy photos of her, showing her bum and that hand and her buttocks are her money maker. That's why people go to club, to see her buttocks. It's not for anything else. So even that one probably decapitated. The guy said, you're not going to show people your buttocks. Wait now. Sit your ass down. You're now a mother. You're supposed to be responsible, but you still want to shake nyash? That's not happening. And then Vera was shocked. Vera was like, how can you deny me opportunity to shake my money maker? And this is the only way I'm making guap. Like, you're being so unfair to me. And that's how, and then I think slowly, Brown became probably possessive, probably it was abusive, probably the toxicity started seeping in, because for Vera, she thought Brown Mauzo would not have a problem with her being a mother and her still shaking her money maker. But Brown clearly had an issue with that. He clearly had an issue with that. For her to insist it was toxic, negative energy, domestic abuse, all that stuff. And then when I left, I had to do a divorce party. And let me tell you, that divorce party, immediately, Vera did that divorce party. She went back to wearing her tights. She went back to shaking nyash. She went back to being in swimming pools, doing in what, like, that was actually before the divorce party. When she officially announced that me and Brown, we're no longer together. We're not doing this thing together. She went back to doing all that stuff. And what's interesting, when we're talking about the divorce party, she also did that divorce party just to let the world know that I am no longer bounded by Brown Mauzo. I'm free. And I am free to do whatever the hell I want. And if there's anybody out there who wants to give me business, to shake my nyash, to show nyash, to see, so that everybody sees that, this is what is happening, I'm available. Don't play with me. I'm available. That's it. So, I am not even shocked that Vera said the things she said. But at least, what like, I'm just like, Vera, you should have seen this coming. It's not surprising that you start with someone and all of you seem like you're on the same page until y'all are not. And then I think she was asked about a BBL and she says she's never done a BBL. That was irrelevant. For me, it was Brown Mauzo. That was the primal focus. So questions that I'm asking you today, sound off in the comment section down below. First of all, do you believe, like, if you look at Brown Mauzo, does he look like the kind of guy who would actually, try to restrict? Because even the girlfriend that Brown Mauzo caught after Vera looks a certain kind of way. It's like he's an aesthetic kind of guy. Like, I want my woman to look like this. You know how these niggas start. They want you to be a baddie. And then once they realize I've already cuffed you, they want to decapitate that body out of your life. Like, no, enough with this being a baddie nonsense. Right now, you're going to just succumb to suffering here. That's the vibe I caught. And then, do you think when Vera got into this relationship, she probably had, she thought Brown was never gonna change? Let me know in the comment section down below. Sound off there, like, subscribe, share widely, and I will see you again in the next report card. Thanks for watching. Bye.